Hello, everybody. There's Mike call first, but you've called dibs. Perfect. How's it going? We are back working on trying to ship this app. Let's get this app out the door. I did get approved by Apple Test Flight this morning, early this morning. So, you might see a test flight in the Discord soon. Mostly I was waiting to get this geofencing feature done. I figured that was maybe something for people to take a look at. It's not, you can't really do anything with it yet. You can set a location on a barcode, but it doesn't do anything about that barcode. So, still something that I need to figure out. But, it is there. So I might put out a release, a beta, an alpha version of this in the Discord, probably sometime tomorrow morning. That'd be my guess, is that's when you'll see that. But yeah, should have that ready to go. And I'm not gonna do a big open public beta until down here in the beta beta period, but it will allow people to at least scan stuff, get data in, check it out, see if that works. I was actually at the grocery store today and I was like, man, this would have been a great time to have had my card baked into here so that I could figure out whether or not this worked. Oh well. It's not like I'm never going to go to the grocery store again. But yeah, what's on our roadmap here? We got a bit left. We got a decent amount left. I think I am going to make some changes to this. I've made some thoughts. I have thoughts. I don't know what they are. I was going to say, I don't think I want to do Cloud Sync yet. Part of the reason I don't want to do Cloud Sync yet is because I don't really have anywhere to sync to. This app is not on the Mac. This app is not on iPad. This app is going to be on the watch, but we dropped that feature. So I kind of think that Cloud Sync is not super important right now. It'll be nice to have as like a backup for when you get a new phone or that kind of thing. Shared barcodes, yeah. But I feel like this is not top of level. I think it was so high up because of the Apple Watch app, and we need the iCloud sync in order to sync with the Apple Watch. But now that we don't have the Apple Watch on the roadmap, I question how important cloud syncing is. So I kind of want to bump this like down to here and bump up some of the other features. So maybe we work on the home screen widget tonight. Then we start, I need to start actually like plotting out what Apple Wallet export is going to look like. We honestly may, let's ship it like this. And we do that. And then we do that. And then we do that. This is a requirement for the release. And then maybe we do that. And we give ourselves an extra day of polished integration. What about that? What do people think about that? This feels to me like a better idea. Plus that gives me some more time to make sure that I have the schema that I want, which with iCloud sync, like if I have to like change that a bunch, that's going to be kind of a pain. So I think that this actually is a better option, a better roadmap here, because we don't need cloud sync for the Apple Watch yet. So I think this works better to have this. That's my thought. Honestly, actually, you know what? I'm realizing that I'm making a mistake. We should totally have shortcuts first. We should have shortcuts first because the home screen widget is based on app intents. And if we do app intents for shortcuts, then we can do different app intents for the home screen widget. Sorry, we can rely on those app intents for the home screen widget. We don't do different ones. We do this. All right, I'm realizing that's what we're going to work on tonight. We're going to work on shortcut support. Especially since Adam Wolf showed me how to do app entity support. We may have to go back and refer to that code. Definitely do that so you can learn more about app intents. Okay, let's do some app intents stuff then. All right. Let's start by making our branch as usual. We can also get rid of this. We don't need that right now. Create a branch. And I think the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to create a new module, as usual. So we're going to call this shortcuts.swift. All right. Here's shortcuts. We're definitely going to need barcodes. I don't think we're gonna... We might need... access to barcode generator. We're going to need to display stuff. And we'll probably need error handling because it's just how we are. So let's start with that. Okay, let's go into our project. I did download beta 6 of Xcode, which came out today. Haven't done too much with it yet, but it's here. We have it. It's not the right file. And Control N. Yeah, there we go. Shortcuts. I'm probably going to need to refer back to highlighters 1 as well. You hear 6 has some problem with crashes? I definitely heard that with 5, which was the one that came out last week. But I really haven't heard anything about 6 yet. Oh, you redeemed a crash X. I see. I see. And it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Yeah, no, what happened? You know, this is a problem. What happened? Did I accidentally have 2 versions of Xcode open and it just killed only one of them? Does it only crash GM Xcode? No, it should crash anything that it has Xcode's bundle identifier. Hang on, let me get you your points back. The beta, I mean, historically it's had the same bundle ID. I mean, people have been crashing it this entire time. So it should be. I don't know how I can look up what something's bundle ID is. I mean, that just killed it. Adam Wolf's fire emojis just killed it. So yeah, we know that works. Revenue cat can eat myself. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Why not? You should not have given me my points back is all I'm saying. All right, sources, we just need a little file in here, right? New file. We're just gonna call it that. Yeah, it's almost like the redemptions aren't working at all. Oh, well, okay, that one might be the sound. That one might have been that. Hey. Okay, well, if the grayscale didn't work, then that's... Yeah, something's wrong. Nope, that's never gonna work. But why would only the redemptions fail, but chat still worked? I mean, that... Okay, I know exactly why that is, but... Okay, now it's working, so...
Adam Wolf says put on the wigged hat.
No, I was gonna say, I know what Adam Wolf wants. Forward like that. Does that work? There we go. Can I... I do this, I can do this, and then I can jangle it over the headphones. Now it works. There we go. Okay. What were we doing?
Adam Wolf says Xcode won't crash. It's a Christmas miracle.
There you go. Okay, we probably should have shortcuts tests, right? Fine. Okay, now we go to our project file and we give ourselves a shortcuts.target and we give ourselves a shortcuts.testTarget. This is clearly a great sign that I have 0 doubles targets at all yet. All right. Shortcuts. What are we putting in shortcuts? We are looking for... What are we looking for? Who knows? Highlighters workspace is what we're looking for. Any windows open? Okay, we'll leave Sketch open. Developer highlighter workspace. All right, so what did we do here? We have our modules. Specifically what I need to look at is Shortcuts has Shortcuts package. This is what we're looking for. Because we need to define this Shortcuts package. This is where everything else goes. So if I do that, and then that gets used in the app shortcuts package, which includes all of these other packages. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. What I'm confused by is all we do is define this. We don't have to put anything else in it. That's certainly interesting, but okay, whatever. This is how you move, since Adam Wolf wanted explanations to things. This is how you move shortcuts into a module, separate module, as you do this. And then over in your app target, which we have basically nothing in. That's where we put this. Oh yeah, we would totally need to reference the shortcuts module from our app module. That would help. Because right now this only refers to root, but let's add shortcuts as well. That's going to be annoying. So we're going to quit that until we actually need to refer to Adam's code. Shortcuts package, app intents package, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so then we need a new file in here. App shortcuts That was my Discord. But it's now done. Deleted it. Okay, we just need this code. Boop. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Hopefully it builds. It's not going to build. It will build. It might build. It does build. Okay. Hooray. Okay. So what are the things that our app does that can become shortcuts? And Apple originally started with like, oh, you should have your app's primary functions in shortcuts. And now Apple's opinions are very much basically every single thing your app does should be in shortcuts. And so I think we can start defining out what all of those are. And I think right now what we have is we can create a barcode. We can display a barcode. We can scan an image for barcodes. We can is there anything else we can really do? Is that what we have right now? We can create a barcode, we can display a barcode, and we can scan an image for barcodes. I think that might be a good start at least. All right. Let's create a new folder here for intents. Let's go create our first intent. Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. Did I forget something? Oh, that has to have that name. Damn. I was gonna say, can I use a variable name there? I don't think I can. Create barcode, display barcode, scan an image for barcodes. Sweet. We don't need anything here. That's fine. Intents. Create barcode intent. Actually, let's start with the display barcode intent. I think that's maybe a more interesting one. All right, what do we need here? Do we just need to import from app intents? And then we need to inherit from something. This is probably not start. Where do we want to start? Let's start with this one. I guess we just inherit from app intent. Works for me. All right, what do we need in here? One thing that we need is to actually add a localizable strings file to our resources folder so that it shows up. So we need static let title. Okay, now here's what I didn't understand. I thought Adam Wolf had this part working, which was app intent. App intent needs a title. This needs to be a localized string resource. This is what's confusing to me. Can I use a string instead? I don't think I can. Which is a bummer to me. Because I really want to rely on Twist's thing so that I get a little bit of the auto completion stuff. sorry, not auto completion, but like automatically making sure that it works. It's not a thing that I do. Static let title. Localized ring source. And we just say it's display barcode. Here, we should do this. Let's say display barcode dot title. We just put quotes around it. Static let description is an intent description. Can we make this anything cool? No. It has to come from string resources. Bummer. Display barcode intent dot description. There's our title. There's our description. All right. Parameter. We need it to be we could have it pass in a specific barcode. Yeah, no, I guess what we want is we really want it to just be our barcodes. So we kind of need to do the app entities stuff before this ever even starts. So we'll start here. Title is, again, a localized string resource. Why can't you let me have what I want? And what is this going to be? This is going to be barcode. I don't think we have anything else yet. Var, barcode. And then I guess it would just be a barcode, right? We're going to import barcodes. And then we need to no, we're going to create a new thing called barcode entity. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. Okay. New file. Barcode entity. Screams like Alpha Santa. How's it going, Mono? So we need a barcode entity. This is an app entity. Okay, this is where I might have to go back and refer to Adam Wolf's code. But let's see how far we can get on our own. It needs to be identifiable. Fair enough. All right. It needs a query. It needs an ID. Well, let's have it init with a barcode. Init with a code. Sorry. Init with a code. What are we barking at today? We are doing shortcuts support. Because I rearranged the thing yet again. Because next up was supposed to be iCloud Sync. But then I realized it doesn't make sense to have iCloud Sync now that we don't have any other devices that we're supporting. Then it was going to be the home screen. And then I remembered when you want to edit what a home screen can display, you use app intents, which is what shortcuts is. So I'm like, why don't I just do shortcuts? And then once I have shortcuts, now I can use that to build the home screen widget. So that's the thought right now. Intent code throws away Gantt and goes rogue. I like it. No, we adjusted the Gantt. Look, Gantt is still here. We just needed to know where we were going with things. Also, this is hurting my ear. Need to fix it. There we go. Hey, Mojo. How are you doing, Mojo? Mini. Mojo Mini. Okay, so our ID is just code.id. It's all Siri's fault. Thankfully, there's no other way to spell wolf. Self.code equals code. I don't know why I was staring at that line going like, I know there's supposed to be something here. All right. What do we still need? We still need... I'm just going to go steal your code. Why not? I gotta find it again. Here it is. I found it. Here's some code. All right. What all do we need for our app entity? We have available workspaces. We need a default query. I'm assuming that this qualified ID is something that you have just for your internal stuff, right? Because we have an ID. It's fine. The workspace is your actual workspace. Yep, that's fine. That's kind of what we're doing with code. Perfect. We need a type display representation. And then we need a display representation. Okay. So we need a default query. We need a type display representation, and we need a display representation. All right. Qualified ID and workspace are used internal types. Cool. I figured as much, but I'm glad that we have confirmation. All right. So we need a type display representation. Let's start there. I keep doing that. Barcode entity dot type display representation. Boop. All right. We need a display representation. I think all I want here is it seems like I can just use a string literal. But I actually don't want that. And then I can use a title that has a localized string resource. But I don't think I want that either. Would I not want a title like you were saying? Sorry, would I not want it to be the thing that the workspace is? This is what I don't understand. Because what you did makes sense, but that doesn't seem to be what they want me to display. Because what they want here is a localized string resource, which doesn't make any sense to me. Do you know what this is used for? I would expect that this is used for what it looked like in the list, but maybe that's not true. What's not making sense here? Why is this a localized string resource? I don't feel like what we have here makes sense, and I don't know why. App entity must be display representative. Means it's instance display representable. The visual elements to display when presenting an instance of the type. I feel like I don't understand. Now I'm even more confused. Because they are saying do exactly what you're doing. But that feels bad to me. Because it almost feels like you're doing the thing where it's like, oh, we got a key in here, and then the key's the thing. This doesn't make sense to me, is what I'm saying. But that is then literally what Apple's code is telling me to do. So I'm just lost. I don't know why this is like this. Okay, well, we're gonna do it. I'm just. It feels wrong to me, even though they're literally saying that this is what you do. So we have that, and then now we need our query, you said? Default query. And then you just return a workspace tile query. Can I just do this? Static let default query equals struct barcode query, which we have not defined yet. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Then what is our entity query? Okay. Just over here. All right. That returns entities for identifiers and suggested entities. Okay. Can we have it do the thing? No, of course not. Does not conform to dynamic options provider, does not conform to entity query. Which is literally just these two things. And what was the other one? Suggested entities. All right. So we're going to async throw codes. And then this is probably going to complain because, well, it's going to complain even more when it's like unsupported recursion for reference to type alias entity of type barcode query. Yep. We're going to call this code and we're, no, not code. Sorry, I've messed this up. These need to be barcode entity. There we go. All right. And we're just going to start by returning empty arrays for both. Perfect. We have color again. Nice. All right. So now what we need to do, we're going to actually need to hit persistence. We're going to need to import that. That's Swift? Barcodes. Swift. Yeah, this is the right one. Because we're going to need access to our... Ooh, we're going to need access to our store, but... Do we have that? I guess it doesn't matter. Because we can just create our own new file barcode repository. Yeah, we just have our own. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Static let repository file barcode repository. Beep. We need to import persistence. Oh, so this is gonna be fun. File barcode repository will turn things into barcodes, and then we immediately need to turn those barcodes into barcode entities. That's funny. And we also cannot create a barcode repository like that. Crap. Because we have the whole entity thing. Okay. Well, we'll do something else with this. Let's go ahead and say sources, new file, persistence.swift. And what we can do here is we can just let public let default repository. So, some repository? No, any repository, any barcode repository equals file barcode repository. There we go. Now I'm happy. And then what I want to do is I actually want to move this over here into, hey, we can actually clean this up, equals persistence dot default repository. Look at that. And then we can go into here. We can do the same thing here. Persistence dot default repository. Sweet. Is not concurrency safe because non-sendable type may have shared mutable state? I agree. Entity query. Does entity query need to be sendable? Yes. Yeah. My repository is not sendable. I agree. This is true. Okay, well then this is maybe just a private let repository. Can't do that either. Because this is stored property of this. Tag name it. Okay, we don't actually care about this. Hold on. This actually doesn't matter. Let repository equals persistence dot default repository. We just get it every single time. That's all we care about. That's a much better option. We get the default repository, then we say let codes equals repository.codes, which might be try await. Yeah. Maybe just await. Hate you. Non-sendable type, any barcode repository passed an implicitly asynchronous call to main actor isolated property codes cannot cross actor boundary. Because I made barcode repository main actor. I think I had to. How many things are we going to break if we have to fix this? A lot of them? A lot of them, probably. Can I just make this at main actor? Ship it. Okay, so we get our codes. Then we're going to say let return codes dot map barcode entity. Can't do that. Why not? Just stick it on the main thread. Exactly. Well, I mean, that's the problem is like this repository, I don't think it can be sendable. I'm pretty sure we decided that, in fact, we then marked it all main actor. Like we deliberately said that this was that. I don't think that we could have made it anything else. Because too much of what Swift data is main actor. That's not it. Where's model context? Where is my model context? Main context? Yeah. See, this is main actor. I mean, I guess in theory I could have gotten a... Can I get a different context off of the model container? I don't know what's in a model container. You're not a Swift dev. What is a main actor? So Swift 6, this is the newest version of Swift 6, has a enforcement of thread safety, effectively. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but I'm going to hand wave all that away, mostly because I don't understand it myself. And basically an actor is a given memory isolation context, so that as long as you are handling stuff on an actor, on the same actor, you will not get data races. You won't have something where I'm reading this and then something else read it and then, or something else changed it, and then you're like working with invalid data. It is isolated to, it's kind of like a same thread. Yeah. That is a way to think of it. I believe that they can do things like handle main threads while still maintaining memory isolation. But yeah, it's a high level. That's a good way to think about it. What were we doing? We were looking into whether or not we could have other contexts. Yeah. What do we have in here? We're looking for our model container. I know there are other languages that do a lot more to that handle actors. If you have any familiarity with Go, I think Go's like Go routines and stuff, those are technically actors. They have very similar behavior. Okay, so this has a main context. But what I was wondering is there a context that we have to just, I want to ask for a different context. I don't think there is. You've only used C++, never tried Swift? Who writes Go? Yeah, Swift's a fun language. I don't know. It's definitely complicated. You got to pay attention to a lot of stuff. You can build a new model context. I'm wondering, so this is trying to dig back deep into my memory of core data. You can create a context for a thread off of the main context, but I don't know. I don't want to meet Rust. I'm sure Rust is a great language. I know that is a level of commitment I am not ready to make. Yeah, what I was wondering is, like, I know you can with managed object context in Swift, or sorry, and not in Swift, in core data. You can make child context, and those can be on different threads. Yeah, it gets complicated fast. That's kind of my problem, is like, I've already got a language that it's too complicated that I'm dealing with, called Swift. I don't want another one. Okay, so you just init it with a model container. I'm going to get this app intent working, and then we're going to try playing with that. Yeah, that's the other thing, Donuts, is like Swift is a lot better at like on-ramping you a little bit than I hear Rust is. Rust is way more safe, but it also like, you gotta get into it before you can really understand it. Okay, we're gonna finish this part. And then I want to go look into making that context stuff shippable. You heard Swift has no garbage collection, correct? Just shared pointers. That part is not as true. Yeah, it uses arc. It automatically retains, or automatically does reference counting for you. Automatic reference counting, that's arc. But yeah, it does not have garbage collection in the sense that most people understand the word garbage collection. All right, what are we doing here? Perform. Is that what we need? Where's my code? Perform. Async throws, blah, blah, blah. And then we need to return something. Okay, that's fine. What I want to do here is I want to display. Oh, you know what we didn't do yet? Did I not finish up my barcode entity? You write in English and an LLM translates to trust. Return try 08 suggested entities dot filter. Ooh, I can use actual predicates here. I'm not gonna mess with that yet, but $0 dot ID double equals, sorry, identifiers contains ID $0 dot ID. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, so we need this. Yeah, here's the part that I don't quite know what I'm gonna do here is like I almost need to return an image here. And I don't know what I'm doing. Some intent result and returns a value and opens the intent. Oh, and we need to provide a parameter summary. I forgot that part. Let's start there. What did I have here? Oh, backslash dot $sign barcode. There we go. I also remembered that we have not used the name yet. Do we actually have anywhere that we can use the name yet? We actually don't have anywhere that we can use your custom name yet. That's why we haven't used your custom name yet. Here, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put it right here because I thought I should probably do this anyway. This is going to be our private var all codes. This is not going to be all codes. This is going to be, what was it? Revenue cat can eat my socks. Yeah, this is what we're doing right now, Donut Huts. Donut Huts? Donut Huts. Donut Hut. Dunkin' and Pizza Hut combined. Donut Hut. Not by K&H. Okay. The reason I wanted to do that was because I was like calling into suggested entities, but there may be a chance that eventually we want to like filter suggested entities or something. And right now they're the same thing, but I didn't like depending on that. Okay, everything broke. That's fine. This is not code. This is barcode entity. Yeah. Are you two just fighting over the grayscale now? Okay. I'm happier now. We're going to come into here. We need to return an intent result. And this is where I'm a little bit confused. Returns value intent file. Maybe just a single intent file. Sure. Let's go with that. Oh, did I do the parameter summary? I did do the parameter summary. That one I'm okay with that. Result value. This is where we need to figure this out. We need to return something else. We need to decide whether or not we are going to yeah, I guess we need to return an image here. This is where things are weird. Is I need to create a file and then return that image. Sorry, I need to create an image and then return a file containing that image. That's where things are weird. I don't want to do that yet. We're going to just create an image that is like the color red. I'm just going to make sure that we can get this to work at all. Really? Oh, is this because we're not importing UI kit? Create an image that is the color red. What is this JavaScript? I have no idea what you're yelling at me about, man. Image, actions, blah, that, context, in, context, dot, fill. Oh, I don't understand why this is complicated. UI color dot red dot set fill. Fill the context. Blah blah blah. Return that. But now we need a value that we can return. This is the part that's complicated. I need the big list of everything that we can possibly return. Just like this. What are our intent values? Thank you. That's not helpful at all. Because I know it's like string, an intent file, other stuff, and I don't 100% remember what all they are. That's my problem. You can use the app parameter property wrapper with common Swift and Swift Foundation types, primitives such as bool, int, double, string, duration, date, decimal, measurement, and URL. Collections such as array and set, make sure that they are intent parameters. Additionally, use framework-specific types such as intent person and intent file. For additional types, see common types. That's what we're looking for, is common types. That's what we're looking for, is this. Thank you. Oh my God, why was that such a pain? Who knows? What's an intent item? Okay, interesting. Not the thing that I care about. Okay, so I guess we really do just want to return an intent file. Why is that so hard? Who knows? We can just pass in some data. We can give it a file name. We're going to say that this is root code dot. Oh, we don't have a code. We have a barcode entity. Barcode dot code dot name. Code is inaccessible due to the private protection level. Yeah. Good night, donuts. Have a good evening. Donut Huts. Okay, now it has a name. And then we're going to just say .png. Intent file is going to be our image. Let image equals image.png data. What? What is going on here? We're doing. Gosh dang it. I'm gonna force unwrap it. I just want to see if this works, man. I really just want to see if this works. File. Done. Are we happy? Okay, perfect. Yay gods. Let's go ahead and run this on... Sure, let's just run it on a real phone. Right? That should be fine. And we get to wonder where our overlay is. We're gonna reboot the thing because I don't know where it is. There it is. Sweet. Power of turning it off and back on again. We have one barcode in here. It is called name, and it is locationed at the Apple University Village store. So we're going to go into shortcuts, wherever that is. Definitely an app that we have installed on here. Yep, here it is. Okay. We create a new shortcut. And we are going to... Yeah, bark. There we go. Display barcode intent title. Hurrah. Well done, compile dev. Oh, look, there's name. I was like, okay, name. I forgot that I literally named it name. God, I'm an idiot. Okay, display barcode intent parameter summary name. And then we hit play. And then what I'm hoping is we get a red square. Sweet, look at that. Look at that. Nailed it. Okay. So now all we need to do is make that determine an actual image, which I think we can do with barcode generator. We do have a code renderer, which creates a view. So I'm kind of wondering. Let view equals barcode, or sorry, code renderer. And let's go back into here. Come on. Oh, I guess we're gonna go into here. Var value is a code value. Code dot value. And we're going to pass in barcode dot value. What part of this is async? Is it code renderers? Is it because code renderer is main actor and we haven't made this main actor? Probably. Okay, so we have our view. And then what I want is let image renderer equals image renderer. Oh yeah, we do need to import SwiftUI. That would help. Actually, we can get rid of UI kit. We can just import SwiftUI. Look at that. Content. Now, this is the part where I'm a little bit confused. Image renderer. Content is a view. Do I just pass in the view like that? Maybe. Yes, I did mean to wait. You're right. Okay, I think we are going to have to make barcode intent main actor. Oh, geez. That definitely didn't work. Are we going to have to make perform main actor? Yeah, that makes way better. And now we don't need these. Okay, so now we have our image renderer, which is not sendable. So we have that. And then we can say image renderer dot CG image. Guard let image renderer. Guard let image equals image renderer dot CG image. Else. This would be where we'd throw an error. Really what I'm realizing, we should just make this part of barcode generator and not part of shortcuts. But let's finish it out here. But I think that maybe it makes more sense to say code renderer. We would have like a code image renderer, and that would use this to actually go do that. Speak friend and enter. But yeah, let's do that. But right now, let's just go ahead and say case cannot generate image. That one made more sense. I was like, why are you just highlighting that message instead of naming it? But I wasn't gonna, you know. Okay, so there's our image. We would now have a CG image. And then I need to remember how to turn a CG image into data, which I'm pretty sure I have in highlighter, which I do. Where do I do that? I do that for our, where do I do that? I do it for the save and place stuff. But also, it seems like I do something right here. NS bitmap image rep. And then I get this data. Representation using image type. Or image type is what? Bunch of different types. Sweet. Okay, let's try that instead. Beep, beep. Except it's not going to be NS bitmap image rep. That's not a thing. It's an app kit. This is what I'm talking about, Adam Wolf. This is what ChatGPT has been giving me lately. It's like, oh, well, you just convert it to a UI image and you give me PNG data. It's like, no. Okay, who's got it this time? Somebody go. It's a race. Compile Dev wins again. Nice. Look, see? Claude giving me sense that makes way much more sense. You still have the sound off? I shouted for you and you still had the sound off? Compile Dev is a pro. This is what I want. This is how I get data. This is still not really what I want, but I think it's closer. No, this is better. I just don't know why we're doing a CI image from this. There's no reason to use a CI image here. We could just use the CG image. Other than that, this is correct. I just don't know why we're using core image in here at all. But this was way more than what I wanted than what ChatGPT gave me. I'm gonna leave that line there, but I'm pretty sure we don't need it. Blah, blah, blah. And then we can just draw a CG image here. Oops. Not 100% sure that this is all correct. Yeah. Nil requires an optional, the contextual type. This is just going to be throw for right now. Thing. Make it happy. Okay, so I was proud of this thing, and then it turns out that this is not actually as useful as I thought. CF data create copy as data. It would not be optional data. This is also not correct. CF data copy. It gets us data to the image data associated with a bitmap context. This is not at all what I want. Because this doesn't know that it needs to be PNG data. So no, you also get it wrong. Never mind. Do I need to go back to the highlighter image or issues? Oh, look. CG image destination create with data. Look at that. That's what we're looking for. All of the LLMs have failed me today. CG image destination create with data. It still doesn't seem right. What on earth? I'm gonna click through this link. Peak image compression, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna do a search for this thing. Okay, create with data, AV file type heek as CF string. Okay, but where are we getting data from here? This is just NS mutable data. Okay. So we pass in some blank data. Then we create our thing. Then we say we have our CG image. Give it a compression quality. I don't care about that because we're doing PNG, not HEIC. Then we add the image to the image destination like that. Then we finalize it. Then we throw the error. Okay. var data equals data. CF mutable data and data are toll-free reg, right? As CF mutable data. No. Data is not convertible to CF mutable data. NS mutable data. Okay, so that seems to have worked. And do I need to pass that in at all? No. Cool. All right. Now I need AV file type dot HEIC. Okay, so AV file type dot PNG. Really? Is that not an option? You have all kinds of other options, and PNG are not one of them. Uniform type identifiers. That makes way more sense. Why is it telling me to do the other one? UT type dot PNG dot identifier. CF string. Count 1. That one's easy. No dictionary? No dictionary. Sweet. Okay. So that gets us our image destination. And then this can be a let. Okay. No. Else. Cannot create image destination. Deal with that in a minute. Row barcode intent error dot cannot create image destination. Sweet. Then we have what? Then we assume we have our image. We've already got that. We don't need a dictionary as far as I know. Then we need our CG image destination add image. Destination is image destination. Image is CG image. That's just image. Properties, we don't know. Let's just pass in nil because that was an option. All right. CG image destination finalize destination. And then finally we have our data, which I'm guessing we can just pass in data. No. NS mutable data is not implicitly convertible to data. Did you mean to use as? Sure. Perfect. All right. Can we see if we have anything for PNG? I don't know that we would, but where would we even find out about that? Not helping. KCG image destination lossy compression quality. Properties which may be passed to CG image destination add image to affect the output. Lossy compression quality. Background color. That's interesting. Max pixel size. We don't need. Embed thumbnail. Interesting. Optimize color for sharing. I don't think we need to deal with any of those, but that is all good, interesting things to know about. Anyway, now we have our file. Now we have this. So let's try running it. Did not kill shortcuts fast enough. go back to our shortcuts now. But you know what? I'm going to put shortcuts and bark. Sure, we're just going to drop everything in here into our things so that I can find them easier. Should I maybe uninstall a bunch of these apps? Probably. Am I going to maybe uninstall a bunch of these apps? Probably not. I mean, that is technically correct. You can't even see it at this size. There you go. There's your barcode, ladies and gentlemen. I want to put this full screen so y'all can see it. Okay. I think there might be a slight scale issue. Just a little one. What happens if I do this? Frame width 100, height 200. Okay, let's kill shortcuts again. You know what? I actually, oh, dang it. I do not like the fake phone buttons, I've decided. So this is, I think, is this the first device that I've had with an, like the fake home button? Hang on, does my other device have the real home button? It is not. As we all know, the OG iPhone SE, the best device Apple has ever made, is a real physical phone button, home button. I keep saying phone button. This piece of crap, the iPhone 8, has the fake button. But for some reason, I've had less problems with it than I had with this guy, the iPhone SE3. Also has the fake button. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It feels like there's like a lag. I wonder if this is an iOS 18 thing. Have they somehow managed to lag the physical or the not physical button on the screen? It feels like there's like a... It's not huge, but like maybe, yeah, no, it totally is less responsive. Like maybe a 100 millisecond lag on the button. And it makes it feel weird. And I don't know if that's an iOS 18 thing or what. This button, it doesn't feel right. Anyway. Let's try this again. That's not better. Is it the Touch ID? Like, no, it's like, I'm not even doing a Touch ID. I'm just like clicking it. And it's lagging. Okay, so this didn't change anything. Did I actually build it in between the time that I added that? Or did I get distracted by figuring out whether or not these things had home buttons? That might be true. I don't know that I built it or not. All right, got that. Now we kill shortcuts. Now we open shortcuts. Now we do this. Now we run it. Okay, so we just didn't kill it. That was the whole problem there. That's fine. What is interesting is we aren't doing any of the like background stuff. The lesson, we should all slow our lives down just a little bit. We probably want this to have our background. We probably don't want to render just the image. which would imply that we move some of this background rendering stuff into image renderer. Anyway, let's commit what we have because this is doing something. We're on the wrong branch. Hold, please. All right. Now we can commit. Create basic display shortcut. Okay. So now what I want to do I did talk about trying to figure out how to make barcode repository sendable, but I think that might be something that I do off stream. Oh, this needs to move. Code query. Because then we could make this. I'm not going to mess with it. It does not matter right now. Part of me just still is like, but I could do this. I could do that thing. Import persistence. Import appendance. You could go learn more about actors. It's sweet, sweet knowledge. Don't you want it? Don't you want some knowledge? Yes, I want some knowledge, but I also want to release this freaking app. Okay. So we're going to do this. Yeah, all of this is now going to move into barcode generator. We're going to go create an image renderer. Yeah, new group. Image renderer. We're going to call this image renderer. For as often as you fix the headers in new files, have you considered editing the template? Yes, but I always forget what that template looks like. We're going to delete this file. We're going to go figure out what that looks like so that we can do it. Because yes, that is a thing that I probably should be doing. Toist, file, header. I always, like, it's got such a weird syntax. And of course they don't link to like what that header syntax is. Sweet. Love it. Perfect. Love it. Great. Reading chat chooses the template. Xcode, file, header, syntax. So I can change it globally, but I can also change it in Toist. And that means that I don't have to mess with it every time that Xcode updates. Which is historically a thing that you have to do. Yeah, this ID template macros plist. You can just do it here instead. And it makes things a little bit easier, but I need to figure out what Xcode file, Xcode, changing Xcode header comment. Yeah, use your loaf. You guys always make great sense. Do this. And then in here, I can make this part of the project, I think. Then where is my project? Options, file header template. Look at that. File header template lives before additional files and resources and synthesizers, which I don't know that I use anyway. So project.swift. Do not. We're just gonna put it right here. And we're gonna say file header template dot string. Right, that was the option. Of course, you wouldn't link to the actual fucking thing. Dot string underscore. Oh yeah, I can also just provide a string literal. Let's do that. That makes way more sense. And then we're gonna go copy the thing from Use Your Loaf. Here. And we're gonna say, nope, undo. Created by full username on date, new line. Boom. Those are the only parts that we want. Now, if I do that, that'll generate a project where that is the default file header template. And then if I create this new file, first of all, I need to go add my empty folder back. So now if I create a new file, yeah, see, it gets that new one by default. I don't know why I named it test as opposed to image renderer, which I knew that's what I wanted. But yeah, no, I probably should have taken the time to do that 20 seconds of figuring it out forever ago. But it took me 20 seconds to figure out when I can just like delete, delete, delete all the things. Compile dev has audio now. Please repeat. I did some stuff and then I didn't do some stuff and now I'm doing some more stuff. Async? No. Throws. Just throws, right? All right, let's go back to that barcode intent. Basically, all of this is useless. We're waiting on that uh-oh parse. Barcode generator already imports barcodes. I don't know why I was like, I need to go make that import barcodes. No, I don't. That's not true at all. What I do need is, this is, yeah, now taking in code, so I just need code.value instead of barcode.value. And yeah, this is main actor. All right. Why is this saying image renderer no longer takes any arguments? It's clearly not true. Oh. Because I've named these the same thing. Okay, this is going to be code image renderer. That was real dumb. Hey, look at that. Do I need the as data if I can just do that? No. Okay. Hey, thank you for the raid ending with Ollie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What have you been up to? All right, there's some data, right? Oh, we need to actually, it would help if we actually did this. Let renderer equals image render, code image renderer. Yeah, there we go. Which we don't have public. That would help too. And celebrate with a hat change, but it says out of stock. Shouldn't be out of stock. It's been forever since we did that.
Put on the gray beanie.
It worked for me. You blame the Twitch app? Let me get that working. Fitting over my head. Outbending my ears? No, is the answer to that question. All right. So then, yeah, all we want is the renderer. Now let's just do let image data equals image. Sorry, equals renderer PNG data from. Well, now we actually need the code. Do we need? Yeah, let's just do code value. Who needs the actual code? Not me. There we go. All right. So that should basically work exactly the same. We're going to rebuild this and see what happens. But it should more or less be exactly the same as what we had before. This is app architecture. Move this into here because we need better separation and concerns. Perfect. Okay. So now what I want to grab this like background stuff that we've been using in a couple different places, and let's move that into barcode generator, I guess. Yeah. Because I mean, code renderer is actually not using it. Library cell is using it. What else is using it? Barcode view is using it. Actually, a lot of things are using it. A lot of things are doing the same exact thing. This is like barcode background. Yeah, how similar are these? Let's pull this one open. Let's pull this one open. Yeah, these are almost identical. These are identical. The only difference being that this one doesn't have a preview. Other than that, these two lines are identical, or these two types are identical. And then we would have another one in barcode edit. Probably also looks very similar. Barcode preview background. Look, it's the same thing. Again. Why do we have this same thing 3 times? Who knows? How is this one getting away with not importing design system? Also, who knows? But yeah, I think what we need to do is we need to put this in one spot. And then same thing 3 times because you wrote it. I don't think so. Let's just go with barcode. We're gonna call this code background. I'm trying to move away from the word barcode because most of these are not bar codes. And then we'll just grab that one. Why not 4? Okay, now we can delete the other ones. So what do we got? We got large barcode background. Get out of here. Don't need you. library cell background. Get out of here. Don't need you. And barcode preview background. Get out of here. Don't need you. And now we should have only the one left in barcode generator, which is code background, which you're going to rename to code background. We're going to make it public. We're going to make this part public. We're going to make this public. And we're going to make this code background. And then we're going to build our app, and we're going to have all kinds of failures because we've just deleted 3 classes that people were using. That's actually surprisingly few. Actually surprised at how few errors that actually ended up being. All right. So now, though, what we can do is we can say, we go into our image renderer. This is where things are going to get a little bit tricky, isn't it? Public? No, this isn't going to be tricky at all. View builder. Rendered. Oh, sorry. Func. Private. Func. Rendered code. With background. Cool. On view. Ah. You got me right in the middle of trying to write out a whole thing. Oh jeez, what did I do? Did I type something? I did type something. Damn it, Mono. Exactly. It's going to have lost that whole line. It's a very important line. Look at this. There's no lines now. You've never seen Adam Wolf crash? I'm sure he has before. Private func background from value. Sorry, not background. Rendered code from value. Code value with background. Cool. Returns some view. Yeah? Okay, so now our view, oh, we should probably give it a frame. Size, CG size. Yeah, when Adam Wolf has redeems, he's gonna be in a world of hurt. Hey, everybody that's here, that joined, y'all should follow all of these lovely people as well. If you enjoy Swift programming streams, there's plenty of other people to follow. One of them will probably continue the raid chain later. Probably soon. I don't know when he's planning on streaming, but it is usually on Tuesdays, so. All right, we are going to say our view. Okay, so this, we're just gonna grab that. View equals rendered code from value with background true. Size, CG size, 200. We're just gonna do that real quick. Yeah, the Dev Club TV network. Hey, Nightbot hopped right in and said, you should join the Discord too. Thank you for the follow, Kotan10. We're gonna do this. Nope, we're not gonna do that. Size dot Nightbot is the producer. Size dot width and size dot height. So that way we can pass in different values here. This is the thing that we need to worry about. We need to worry about whether or not. Yeah, we just need the background here. I don't know why. I was like, we need to worry about things. We don't need to worry about things. Background If, no, sorry, background with background, question mark. Code background. Or empty view. Will that work? Have mismatching types. Boo. Okay. Can I do this? If with background. Empty background. Sorry, code background. And then we don't need anything if we don't have a background. Sweet. Where else have we used these though? Where's library cell? Do I need some amount of padding? Yes. Content padding is what? 14? Now we should be able to do this. If we have a background, it's code background.padding. Otherwise, it's 0. All right, so that should give us an image. We do want the background right now. Let's go ahead and say with background. Pass this in too. And now we can say with background true. But I want to make that a parameter so that people can say, do I want just a straight up raw barcode or do I want the actual background associated with it as well? All right, that should be what we need. So kill shortcuts and rerun it. Shortcuts is already dead. Perfect. I didn't bring my actual phone down here with me. I have like 5 phones around me. None of them are my actual phone. All right, so that's up and running. No? Is it not actually up and running? Hold on. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Switch over to shortcuts. We open the shortcut. You run it. That does not look like it has a background. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, it totally does. Never mind. Just kidding. You know what I've realized is that our background doesn't work the way that I think it does. Yeah, so for one thing, we might need a clip on it. For another thing, there was a raid mono. Yeah. You missed it. There was all kinds of fun raid stuff. Our background does not have any color to it. which is important. Although here, we're saying fill with the cell background color. Which we've hard coded to white. I want to try something. I feel like this is not working the way that it's supposed to. I mean, that's clearly doing something. That's not going to do anything because we can't see what the end is. Okay, so I feel like we've done something wrong with our padding. If we have a background, we want it to be code background padding, or we want it to be 0. Code background padding is 14. Oh, dang it. Padding needs to go before the background. That would help. Let's leave it in the color red, but that was totally my mistake. You need to pad, and then you need to put the background behind the padded area as opposed to putting the background on it and then putting space around that. That's not as helpful. Hey, that looks a lot better. All right. So then what I need to do, I'm also realizing that our shadow is getting clipped. We're going to have to figure that out later. I don't want to deal with it right now. I think we need to move on from this one. But that is, we're going to file that as a bug to deal with later. All right, there's our barcode. And even if we put it on the black background, we can still read it. Look at that. That's how you build an app, people. Okay. A, I do want to commit that. B, I do want to look at something with our intent. Which is, I was not convinced that this file name needs a... Yeah. Looking good? Thank you. File name can just be barcode.name, and then type is .png, and then, oops, not PDF. There we go. So now what I want to do is I do want to add that barcode parameter, sorry, that background parameter. And if I recall correctly, if we don't message it in the parameter summary, then it'll show up in that little drop down, which we don't currently have because we don't have anything in there. But yeah, if we say has background and we don't mention it in here, then we can just do that in here. Can I also make this true by default? That would be really cool. I wonder if there's a way with parameter to give it like a default value. Default value, yep. Okay, how do I do that? Just like that. Okay, well that's easy enough. Default value, yeah, okay, sweet, perfect. Build run. Build shortcuts. Open shortcuts. Run the shortcuts. Run that. We should have the background by default. Sweet. But... oops, did I delete it? Oh, dang it. I thought that if we didn't include a parameter in the summary, then it showed up down below in here. But now I'm not seeing that. I thought that's where that went. But I seem to be wrong. And I deleted the thing again because I'm an idiot. Because I'm sure that highlighter has some of this. Do we have highlighter installed on here? No. We're gonna install highlighter. Because I'm sure that we did something similar to that in here. This one needs both of the things. This one redacts everything, so it only has one parameter. This one also needs both things. So, Also, this doesn't build at all. Sweet. Perfect. Love it. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's run it on the simulator. Let's see if that works. Although I guess we just looked and we realized that we don't actually have any non-default parameters. So I don't know what we're even looking at in here. How do I say that I want some parameters that I am not necessarily including in here? That's I guess my question. Adding parameters to an app intent. Making a parameter optional or required. How you define your parameter variables determines whether or not the system treats that parameter as required or optional. Yep, okay. I'm sure, 100% sure that there's a way for me to do this. What kinds of reminders do we have here? Let's add a new reminder. This should have like, add reminder to reminders. Yeah, see priority here. This is what I'm talking about. I know there's a way if we have, okay, anyway, I definitely did not hit anywhere near the close button that time. Yeah, I get the little dialogue here, a little drop down, and there's an extra parameter in there. That's what I want to do. I just don't know what that happened, but that is 100% what I want to do. I just don't know where it is. I would have figured this would be exactly how you'd do it. You create a parameter, you don't reference that parameter in the parameter summary. Close button. Did you see that? It almost like it was there and then it deleted itself. Watch that. Okay. I'm gonna like record this. Watch this. No, watch. We're gonna new movie recording. Back on screen. Watch this. I swear I'm not crazy. Look at that. I know I'm like the kid from, or the teacher from The Incredibles. In one frame, it's there. I'm not seeing things. I comment this back out. Just we all don't see it. If I rerun this now, I want to see, does that still happen? Is the invisible thing still there? Is this Apple's bug and not my code not working the way that I think it should? Yeah, I didn't see it that time. I mean, we can record another video clip. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist this time. Hey, thank you, Uno Brandon. And recording. Yeah, see, it's not here now. Playing me for a fool. It makes sense that it's here in this one and gone in this one. But why does it also like disappear right there? That's what doesn't make any sense to me. Is it because I have a default value? What happens if I don't have a default value? Both are identical. Your brain is lying. I think if I do this, what can I do? If I go to Acorn, and then I go new image, and I go here, and then I go here, and then I make this a diff layer. Diff. Look, you can clearly see. You can't lie to Acorn. You might be able to lie to me, but you can't lie to Acorn. Such a jerk, Peter. Yeah, even with the... I don't want to just like tap in this blank space. You know you're there. You can't tell me you're not there. App intense. But it's not really optional. extra parameters. How can a parameterized app intent display additional parameters below the fold? You need to use parameter summary builder. Open, and then you have the thing, and then you've got extra parameters below the fold. Bleh. Okay, so I do this, and then I do this, and then I do that. Is that what it's telling me? Thank you, random Stack Overflow person, man. You have saved my life. Upvote. You are the best. I've screwed up too much. Look at that. And now we can toggle that. And there we have our display barcode intent.hasbackground.title. Why don't we, start actually localizing some of these words? All right, what do we got in here? We're just gonna copy all of these so that we can clean them up in here. This one, this one, this one. This one. This one's tricky because there's a way that you gotta format it. All right. Show barcode. Displays an image of a barcode, of a code. Show code. Displays an image of a code. Code. With background. And then this one, this is where you have to like format it weird. The parameter summary %at, I believe. Show %at. I think that's how it works. Couldn't parse property list because it's in an invalid format. Yeah. Oh, I'm missing a semicolon here. There we go. As I say, let's go to Emacs so that we can regenerate it, but we don't actually need to do that, do we? That hasn't done anything. It's part of shortcuts. Oh, look at highlighter. I think I know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. Never mind. Just kidding. Well, I guess I don't know for a fact that I don't know what's wrong. No, I don't know what's wrong. Okay. I'm back to I have no idea what's wrong. Clearly have these strings. They're included. They're in here. Your localized into English. Build and run. We're gonna open up shortcuts. Do we need to, yeah, do I just need to throw this entirely away? Oh yeah, that was totally it. Well, then, it was like it almost did what I wanted. It displays an image of a code. And that. I don't know what pinning did. Oh, it puts it right there. That's cool. I'm gonna throw away this entire thing. Hold on. Delete. Delete. Brand new one. Show code. Yeah, it's like it's not picking it up. Oh, the only one it hasn't picked up is parameter summary, which is probably the one that we screwed up. So that's the one that I didn't know that I was doing it right. So, oh, we put it like that. That's not normally how this works. But okay, we'll call it that. That's fine. We only did one half of that. Hey, show code with background. Boom, look at that. All right. Let's call that good for that commit. So, finalize display barcode. Sorry, finalize display intent. Sweet. All right. One down. Ready to go? We picked 3 of them. Display barcode, create an image for barcode, scan an image for barcode. You know what? The other one that I forgot about? Open a barcode. Apple was like, having a thing that opens your app is very important. So yes, we should have that one as well. But we've done this one. Check mark. Creating a barcode, scanning an image for a barcode, opening a barcode. Which one do we want to do next? Basic development lifecycle. I know nothing. I know everything. I know nothing. Should I have an opinion on which one we do next? Assuming that we're probably not going to get to it. We're not going to finish it. Let's do scan an image for barcodes. How would we actually even do that one? This would be just like find a barcode and then maybe give it its value. Because create a barcode would be creating a barcode from like some things. Open is generally a good starting point. No. Open has been such a pain in the butt. I really don't want to do it. Okay, we'll do open. I just remember open being such a pain in highlighter. It's fine. We'll do it. All right. Like I said, I was trying to get away from this. So we're going to rename this to display code intent. Scapegoat acquired. All right. Changing these things. Import app intents. Import. No, it's not doing anything else yet. Open image intent. Everywhere that we have that, we're just gonna turn it into open code intent. This needs to become code. This is where things start to get tricky again. Barcode entity. Open code intent dot code dot title. No supported type identifiers. Input connection behavior is default because we want to be able to pass that in from something else. So like what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to say, we're creating something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're creating a barcode and then we're immediately opening that barcode. That's what I want to say. Nutter is live. So what we're going to do is we're going to build out part of this and then we're going to go raid him. So we don't need our redactions. We don't need any of these. None of this is necessary. None of that is necessary. Some of that might be necessary. We'll worry about that in a minute. All this has to do... Can we just say navigator.navigate? Got to drop before the raid? Oh, that's a bummer, man. Hopefully we will see you in the future. How soon? How soon do you need to leave? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do nothing other than add this intent and make it open the app. Making it do something for real. Can be deferred. Yep. Okay, so now we have our new open code intent title. We're going to open name. We run that. It should launch our app. Sweet. You know what? We actually might be able to make this just work. We actually might be able to make this just work. If our navigator is something, all we care about doing is we care about saying this. Navigator.navigate to editor. What we need to do is we need to somehow tell our navigation thing that we need a new route. So our navigator, sure, that's going to go in here. New file. Navigator. Actually, I guess it would go in navigation, wouldn't it? This might not be as easy as I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, this actually is going to be way faster than I thought it was going to be. And then it turns out that that was a lie. Dang nabbit. There we go. All right. So navigator is going to move into navigation. And then what I care about doing here is I need navigator. I need something in here, root view, that is going to tell the navigation stack you need to change your path. Which I think I can actually do. I think I can provide that to navigation stack. Can't you just use the path object? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I just pass a binding to a navigation path. Because what I was trying to worry about it. Okay, so root view. I think what I need to do, actually what I need to do is that root view needs to take in this path at state private var path. Or do I make root view my navigator? Navigate to route. Type root view does not conform to protocol navigator. Sweet. What I then need to do is I just need to add that function. Navigate to route. And then we have our at state path. This is what we need. At state private var path is an array of routes. Is that all we need? And then if we do this, we can say path is, oh, it's a navigation path. Navigation path. Okay, that's fine. All I need to do here is going to say path equals navigation path with elements route. Main actor isolated, non-isolated protocol requirement. That's, I'm just gonna change that. And main actor. Okay, so now we need to register that. So I think what I need to do here is let view equal, let root view equals root view. This needs to happen because otherwise none of this is going to work. Root view dot on, no, dot. Surely there's something that on this that's like, this is how you do this. I guess what I could do, no, here, this is what we're going to do. Init. App dependency manager dot shared dot add root view. Root view is not sendable, is it? Is it? No. Escaping auto closure captures mutating self parameter. What? There we go. Sweet. That should do it. And then now we go into here. Now we need to know about navigation. Property navigator of sendable conforming struct open code intent has non-sendable type app dependency navigator. Sendable. Sweet. Okay. And then last but not least, all we need to say is dot barcode details for. Screw it. We're just going to make this contain our code. Let code. Cannot convert. No, sorry. Code.code. Yeah? I have no idea if this is going to work. We're going to find out. I don't know that I did that right. We're going to try again. The other thing that I'm not 100% sure of is how that path works. Is it going to delete my library when I do this? That would be very sad. Cannot find a navigator. The operation couldn't be completed. App intents.app dependency manager navigation navigator error 0. So it doesn't know what my navigator is. Even though creating this should have made it work. I don't know that that's actually how apps work. Where's Kineo? Kineo is my most complicated project. Surely it wouldn't steer me wrong. My most complicated SwiftUI project is the word that I missed in there. Yeah, see, this has an init, and it calls telemetry initialize. So this has definitely got to be doing a thing. You're expected to trust the compiler, then it should also trust us. Okay, so this is definitely happening. We are definitely adding... Oh, I'm such an idiot. Kill it. It was looking for a navigator, and it's not going to find a navigator. It's going to find a root view. I need to tell it that we're adding specifically a navigator, not a root view. Well, it didn't die. That's a change. Why did changing our path not do anything? Did changing our path not do anything? That's the second question, I suppose. Okay, so that does get fired. And our route, I presume, is a real thing. Yeah. We have a real route. So setting our path should do something, I would think. we have our path here. This is that. Only thing I can think of is that the root views are different. We have actually completely different root views, which is going to be a problem because of just how structs work in our world. You know what? I think that's going to be it. I don't know how we're going to fix that part of it, and so I'm going to have to do some research. And so because of that, I think that's where I'm going to call it tonight. We're going to stop for a minute. We're going to stop for more than a minute. We're going to go raid Notify. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go say hi to him. Yeah, no problem, Compile Dev. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around longer than I know you wanted to. We're going to head over to Notify and hang out with him. Thank you all for watching. I will be back online tomorrow at some point. Not sure when. And we're going to continue with this. So hope to see you then. Goodbye.